Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Ogden. Today is June 30th, 2026. We're at 1421 Binford Street. We have the camera pushed out 88 feet. We're not yet to the city connection. I've pushed my camera out as far as I can get it from the roof stack. I'm going to look for another access point, and hopefully I find one that would hopefully give us access to the rest of the line. But otherwise, this is as far as I can get from this spot. I even run water to help push my camera out, but you can see it's a little bit of a rough line. There are some offsets, so that makes it harder to push the camera all the way out. The other thing that really makes it hard is there's a couple turns right at the bottom of the stack. And once I go through those turns, it gets harder and harder to push out. There's an example of one of those offsets. Basically a piece of pipe, one of the joints that has shifted a little bit. And so that's a spot where waste can build up. If enough waste builds up, it can create a blockage. There was another one. I'd say they're moderate in size. Far from the worst that I've seen, but ideally they wouldn't be there. If you're careful and you're not putting wet wipes down the line or flushable wipes, that can help, but it's no guarantee that it's not going to still have an issue. There's another one. Another one there. I think this is probably clay pipe based on how many joints there are. Clay had joints every 3 or 4 feet. And then some of these are on the more minor side. I've seen a little standing water, but really not too bad. When you have standing water, that indicates that it's a little bit flat. And that's a spot where grease is more likely to settle, and that can cause waste to build up and get stuck. And if enough waste gets stuck, it can create a blockage where it backs up towards the house. The standing water I've seen has been on the more minor side, at least so far. Yeah, I can kind of see that red terracotta color, and so I do think that is clay. Now we're transitioning to cast iron. Cast iron that's what I would consider to be the weaker link here. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty. Waste can get stuck on it easier. Those little white spots, that's toilet paper. Right there's some. So it's important to only put things down the line that absolutely need to be put down the line. Very good. So to recap, there was a little bit of standing water, but not too bad. You do have a fair number of offsets here. I'd say they're minor to moderate in size. You do have cast iron. I would recommend the insurance on this line. You can get home serve, and they would help clear the line if there's a backup, or they can put money towards repair if there's bigger concerns. They only cover what's usually in the yard, so not under the house, not under the road, but still helpful. I'm going to end this recording now.